Hello people and welcome to today's episode of AI Dungeon versus Novel AI versus Dreamly AI. Today's list topic comes from Maka Roslander and was also supported by Logan & Co on our Patreon. It says top 5 reasons why kids suck. So I teach soccer to kids for a living, and kids can be some of the most sweet and polite and creative human beings on earth, and they can be amazing when they're not eating stickers and curb stomping my cones and performing WWE wrestling moves on each other. Don't even get me started on the Fortnite dances. What I'm saying is kids are great, but there's lots of reasons why they also suck. So we're gonna let the AI tell us what the top 5 reasons are today. If you're not sure how this series works, go watch one of the first episodes in this series. There's a link to that playlist right here, and I'll explain it in there, and then you can come back and watch this one. Here's a look at our scoreboard before we get into the episode. AI Dungeon is in first place with 9 points, followed by Novel AI with 8, followed by Dreamly AI with 7. Alright, starting off with AI Dungeon here. Top 5 reasons why kids suck. Number 1, they lie. Yes, they do. I have so many stories to tell you guys just based off of the first one, but we'll go with this one. This one time while I was teaching, this one kid just straight up punched another kid like super hard, and it was funny, but as an adult, I'm not allowed to let stuff like that happen. And the other one was like, he punched me, and the other one said, no, I didn't. Shut up, stupid head. Kid was like 4, but I swear it sounded just like that. It was hilarious. Anyways, that was an example of a kid lying because he had clearly just punched the other kid. I watched it happen. Number 2, they steal. Dude, if I had $1 for every time a kid took another kid's soccer ball while we were practicing, ooh, I'd be a rich man. I probably wouldn't be here right now. I'd be like on my yacht in the Mediterranean. Number 3, they play with your emotions like a damn harp. You know, not so much with that one, AI Dungeon. Not at least not the 2 to 8 year olds who I teach. Probably if you're a parent of a kid, I could see that one being relevant, but this is just kids in general, not why parenting sucks, you know? Number 4, they make you do activities that are embarrassing. You know how many times I've had to pretend to be animals while we warm up? Many times. Many times. And finally, number 5, they don't do chores. I'm 22 and I still neglect to do my chores, so yeah, I would say yeah to that one. That's a good reason. Okay, I'd say that was a pretty normal yet decent list. There wasn't anything too crazy on there except for kind of like the harp one, but again, like I could see it if you're a parent. So that's a decent start to today's episode. Let's go ahead and move on to Novel AI. Top 5 reasons why kids suck. Number 1, they don't listen to you because they're too busy listening to their own music and doing whatever the hell they want. And that's really irritating, especially when you ask them a question about a math problem or something like that. If you're asking your kid for help with math, you aren't very good at math. Or maybe your kid's like a savant at math. I don't know. So like I said earlier, I teach 2 to 8 year olds, and I feel like this is more of like a 12 and up kind of thing here. The AI is doing a really good job of listing reasons why kids suck. It added on to number 1. It doesn't matter if they've got earbuds in, they still hear what you're saying. If they don't pay attention to your words, then at least look at you with those damn eyes. What? Wow, Novel AI feels very strongly about this one. Number 2, they have no concept of personal space. You can be sitting next to them on the bus, and it doesn't matter how close you are, they'll just keep trying to talk to you. I mean, that's kind of like the opposite of what you just said for number 1, but okay. It continued. I mean, Jesus Christ, we can smell each other's breath from here. Novel AI is so defensive right now. Number 3, they don't understand sarcasm. Sometimes you're talking to someone who uses a lot of sarcasm and you think they're being sarcastic, but they aren't even paying attention to you. I'm trying to understand what that one meant, but I'm having a really hard time. Let's just hit enter. It's probably gonna, yeah, it's gonna give us more. Let's see. So then you start laughing at yourself for thinking that person was being sarcastic, and they just look at you like you're an asshole. That's where it ends. I don't know. I still don't know what that means. I guess the moral of that was that they don't understand sarcasm. Okay. Number 4, they'll always find a way to break things. I had so many flashbacks to my personal childhood whenever I saw that one. Me and my buddy used to build these Lego cars and then just spike them down the stairs. I don't really remember this part because I was a child and didn't give a damn, but there were probably like marks on the wall at the bottom of the stairs because we just threw them down the stairs and shattered them. Leave a comment telling me about your favorite moment as a child when you broke something. I can't wait to see how this one continues. It says, in my case, it's not as bad as it could be because they tend to do it with pens and pencils instead of hammers and saws. Are they just like prison shanking your sofa with pens and pencils? That's not good. But still, I'm constantly getting calls from teachers wondering where all their supplies went.
Hi, this is Miss Tittybocker from Feck You Middle School. Hey, did your little Timmy take home our supplies again?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me go ask him. Hey, Timmy, did you... Yeah, I'm gonna need to call you back, Miss Tittybocker. It continued, I mean, seriously, my kids were supposed to bring in 3 dozen pencils last Monday and only brought in 1 pen. It's impossible to get a decent education without enough pencils and paper, you know? I'm sure that's what's at the forefront of these children's mind, is getting a decent education. Flashback to all of my days in school as a child where I was just like,
Look, guys.
And finally, number 5. They smell like feet. Seriously, how hard is it to wash your socks? Maybe I should go around and clean out their shoes. No, don't do that. That's weird. All right, well, that was 2 decent lists in a row. The AI is actually doing all right for once. Can we go 3 for 3? Do you guys think Dreamly AI can also make a decent list today? Let's find out. Here we are on Dreamly, top 5 reasons why kids suck. First and foremost, most parents in society have 2 things to say about what kids are like. And then it just says, they're annoying. That's only one thing, Dreamly AI. Kids can be very annoying. I agree with this one. Second and foremost, most people have one thing to say about what kids do in the time they are around them. They're so bad at being kids that everyone is afraid of them.
Goo goo gaga.
I like how it's saying foremost for all of them. It says third and foremost, most people have one thing to say about what kids do in the time they are around them. They're a menace. Dang, Dreamly AI is really going after kids here. The only thing I can think of is the Phantom Menace, and it's just like a baby on Darth Maul's head. Fourth and foremost, most people have one thing to say about what kids do in the time they are around them. They're ungrateful, self-absorbed, egotistic, arrogant, selfish, and lazy. Oh my god. Some of those things are true. I don't think that all of them are true about every kid. Like, I don't think that all kids are self-absorbed. I mean, maybe when they're a child because they think the world revolves around them, but that's just because they haven't learned, you know? That was a lot to digest, though. Dreamly AI is really going after kids right now. Today I learned that all AI hate kids for somewhat valid reasons. And finally, fifth and foremost, most people have one thing to say about what kids are like. They suck. That was a strong ending for that. Just straight up, they suck. You know, I oftentimes think my kids that I teach suck whenever they curb stomp the cones, as I said previously. But then when the cones are broken and mangled on the ground, they pick them up and they bring them over to me and they're like,
"This cone's broken."
No shit, it's broken, little Timmy. You stepped on it several times. What did you think was gonna happen? Okay, well, these are some solid lists, so I'm gonna go deliberate and we're gonna see which list comes up on top. This is a close one though, so if you think I got it wrong, you can let me know in the comments, but make sure you tell me why. Don't just be like, "You're wrong, you suck." Okay, I have come to a conclusion. Like I said, this was a close one, so please don't hate on me for the one that I chose to win. It was kind of a tie for first place. place, so I picked the one that would make the score really cool. But for starters, we have a last place, and that is AI Dungeon. And while this list was okay, it was kind of lackluster compared to the other lists. It only had one thing on it that was like super crazy. The other things that it said were relatable. They all make sense for the most part, but it's just kind of like a, you know, you compare the amount of words on this one to the other two lists, and the other two lists just like went all out, and this one just nah. For second place, it was a close one, but I went with Novel AI for second place just because it makes the score look cooler. This one could have easily won, but Dreamly AI was just right there with it. You know, I was having a hard time deciding between the two. This list had a lot of really good ones, like They Smell Like Feet. That was a good one. I like that a lot. But while that was funny and creative, I really like Dreamly AI's last one. Just, they suck. I completely understand if you guys want to just destroy me in the comments for this choice, but this is the one that I wanted to choose, so get over it. This one also had a lot of other relatable things, like they're annoying, because they are sometimes very annoying. And then it also had the crazy one, which was they're so bad at being kids that everybody is afraid of them. With that said, here's a look at our scoreboard for today. We've got 10s across the board. Isn't that awesome? Doesn't that justify the fact that I chose Dreamly AI? If you have list suggestions, make sure you leave a comment. If you enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as share this with your friends. A big thank you to all of our Patreons who support us. If you guys are interested in watching a video where all of the felines on Earth go to war with gorillas, then you should check out this video right here. Otherwise, if you'd like to check out more AI versus list videos, you can find that playlist below the cat video. Other than that, I love all of you so much. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you guys next time.
Goo goo gaga.